Welcome back to the Hillbilly RV channel. You may notice my voice sounds a little funny and I'm fighting off something. I think I about got it whooped, but my voice is still funny. So that being said, there may not be a heck of a lot of talking in this video today. Might just be more doing. What we're doing, changing the landing gear on the front of this fifth wheel. Alright, so let's just get right into this. First thing I have to do is figure out how to hold this big door up. Since I was here a few weeks ago, we got the information to order the new landing gears, and it broke the door retainer. So let me figure out how I'm gonna do that, and then we'll get started. I got that door tied up with a couple zip ties. So yeah, I'm just trying to figure out what exactly is broken here. So I get here, the timing rod's off at one side. One side has pressure on it, the other side doesn't. So I'm assuming the one that does not is the one that's broken, but it's the one that looks like it's extended the farthest. So the buttons are on the side. The customer's not here right now, she's on her way back. I got here a little bit early, so it wasn't her fault. I told her I wasn't going to be here till early afternoon, and I got here about 11, a little bit before. But so she's supposed to be on her way back. I can't be over there pushing the button and see what's happening or not happening here at this motor. So I got my little power wheel adapter that I got from Amazon, and I got my Milwaukee 12-volt battery. Let's see if we can run this motor and see what all's broke. I hope the motor itself's not broke, or the gearbox, because that wasn't the way it explained to me. The way it was explained to me, he got here a few weeks ago and went to unhook from his truck, put the landing gear down, and he said one landing gear failed. It just got some pressure on it, and then it just failed and went right straight back up catastrophically. So let's see if we can figure out what's broken here, because he just said I need landing gear, so I ordered him landing gear. So let's see. I hope y'all gonna be able to see. You know, should I let customers diagnose stuff? I don't know, probably not, but you know, sometimes it's just the way it goes. I just expect people to have enough sense to kind of know what's going on. So let me push this switch and see what happens. Okay, looks like the gearbox is all right. So it looks like this landing gear over here is the one that failed, which would kind of make sense because there's no weight on it. So yeah, let's get this gearbox off here. It's just this little old bitty bolt right here, so I'm not gonna be able to show you because I can't do it and hold the camera. Gotta get that little bolt out. That little plastic thing comes off that shaft, and that lets that motor slide off. So let me go get, looks like 5/16 wrenches, get that little bolt out, we'll get that motor off, and then we'll be able to tell more what we're working with. All right, I got that little plastic retainer thingy off, and I can't slide the motor off of that shaft because that shaft has some burrs on it. So let me go grab a file, some more light. I'm gonna get y'all some more light and see if we can get that motor off there. It's gonna be a terrible place to video today, and I apologize. If I could pick a better place, I would. Super hard for me to work on my knees, and I'm going to be here a while. So. Might mention too, the customer already has this thing blocked up with some wooden blocks. I didn't mention that, I don't believe. tight tolerances on these things for whatever reason. You don't want to pry on this little plastic gearbox too awful hard. Just about got it. Ain't just a little more filing. There we are. We got her. Alright, we're going to work on this one first because this landing gear has no pressure on it. Alright, now the next obstacle we have to overcome is this landing gear held in here by these two carriage bolts. One on the bottom, one on the top. And I hope that the bolt comes out before it hits here. I have had to cut these bolts out and put new bolts in from this side where it should have been all along. I am not sure. I didn't think ahead. I should have brought me 4 3/8 carriage bolts just in case. I may have some on the truck. I don't know for sure. So let's get one of these off here real quick. Make sure that we don't have to go to town and get bolts. Alright, here's the truth. Oh man, it's close. Ah, got it. That's one. I don't know about the other 3. Let me get this other one off down here real quick. There's nothing holding this landing gear in now. Got to get the foot off the bottom. Well, this kind of worked out well. I lost the audio again for the rest of this video. So the rest of this video will be a voiceover. This has that spring-loaded pin in the bottom of the leg that holds the foot on. And it's held on with 2 carriage bolts. So I'm going to get those carriage bolts loose and wait till you see how I have to take the pin out, because it did not go according to plan. This pin got severely bent. I can't even get it to budge. I got the carriage bolts loose and it will budge. So I'm going to have to break out the old Milwaukee Sawzall. Alright, well, the Milwaukee M18 Sawzall made quick work of that pin there. So we got that part of it off. Now there's one more pin that we have to get out, where that one that actually holds the foot to the last section of leg, and it's a little bit bent, but I am going to take and use a punch and a hammer to get that out, and that went pretty smooth. Just I mean, if all else fails, break out the hammer, right? Alright folks, here we go. Hammer time. This it wasn't that stuck. So there we go. Now, well, we got all those pins out of the way. Now we can get ready to pull that leg up out of that hole that it goes through. Ta-da! I did it. Now that I have one out, now I can make sure that the new ones that I ordered are the correct ones. So those little tabs right there, that's really all that holds these landing gear in a fifth wheel. The the little brackets and the carriage bolts all they do is just keep those, you know, landing gear from sliding around in that bracket. But those two little tabs hold all the weight. Actually, one of those tabs holds all the weight of a fifth wheel trailer. Alright, here's the new leg, landing gear. And there's that pin that I had to cut off, because the one that they had was a spring-loaded pin, and it's just an old, you know, just a hitch pin. Now we need to put the landing gear in the right direction. That's always really important. Just drop it down in the hole and slide it over in the brackets, and you know, then we'll be able to bolt it back in with those carriage bolts. And when I put these carriage bolts back in, I know it's not really in frame very well, but I'm putting them in the way that should be going in, so that they're a little bit easier to get out, because they'll go either way. But yeah, I have run across camper manufacturers that put them in the way that these were put in, and I mean, there was no way in the world to get the bolts out. I'd have to cut the bolts off in like 2 pieces to get it out of the bracket, and that's ridiculous. When they could have turned it this way, and it would have came right out, no problem. Got both carriage bolts back tightened up and everything, and now we're going to slide the motor gearbox combination on there. See how it slides on real nice when that shaft's not burred up and boogered up. Now just slide that little plastic collar on and put the retaining bolt back in it. And that's all that keeps that motor and gearbox from sliding off, is that little bitty retaining bolt. So this landing gear over here is pretty much finished up. Now I'm just going to hook my Milwaukee 12-volt battery back up to the motor and run this landing gear down and put some weight on it, enough to get the wooden blocks out that the customer had already put under the trailer, and get those out of the way, and then I'll get moved to the other side. Both landing gear installed, all snugged up. Now I need to put the timing bar between the two. It's just 2 pieces of square tubing that one will slip inside the other one, and you have to make sure that both landing gear are down the same amount, and that's just the first section of the leg. That's the power side. The rest of the section, just you drop it and pin it, but just the first section is powered. So you have to make sure that they are down the same, and then you can put your timing bar between the 2 landing gear to keep them timed. So you will see here just in a second, the timing bar is in, and it's just, there's a shear bolt on each end of it, holds it to the landing gear, and that's basically it. So this job is done. Just need to hook the wiring back up to the camper switch and test all that and make sure all that works. But yeah, it's pretty much a done deal. This is not a bad job, other than, you know, I was on my knees for this whole time, and a whole lot longer than the 14 minutes or so this video is. But yeah, so thanks for watching. As always, just really appreciate everybody that watches, and leave me a comment, criticism, a concern, and I will catch y'all next time.